Have a brand? Do you want to get it in front of millions of people instantly? Well, email me right now, ogod@hiphopun.com. That's ogod@hiphopun.com. Your brand could be right before each video that we publish. Hit me right now. Do not wait.
Sports, man. Welcome to the Viral Sports Podcast. Get a couple segments in on that real quick.
Just talk about Trevon Diggs. We can start with him.
Let's do it, man. So, obviously, two bitter rivals to the Dallas Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders. And this was not happy. This wasn't good for either one of them teams. This wasn't good for either one of us. We did not celebrate this injury. Now, it happened in practice, a freak accident. You know what I'm saying? At this time during the year, you do not expect to hear this type of news coming out of practice that one of your star players has a season-ending injury because the hitting has subsided. There's not much vigorous working out going on. It's a lot of install,
Right.
a lot of conditioning and what's the word I'm looking for?
Weightlifting, calisthenics,
Weightlifting, that
yeah.
type of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To kind of keep ready for the game, recovering and stuff like that. So I was shocked to hear it. It sucks. He's from the DMV area. He was definitely looking to have a prime year. Dallas defense looked like they were set to be the number one defense in the league. So it sucks, man. It just sucks.
Yeah, and when I first seen it, I'm like, it was really surprising, honest. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, they ain't play?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So in practice, it's like, whoa. I wonder if they was on turf or not. But that's another story. But yeah, it's gonna be a blow to that defense. Especially when you got a line like they got, a front seven that's flying around, it just opens up more opportunities for the secondary. It opens up more opportunities for him because he ain't got to cover that long.
Right.
And he can cheat, look into the backfield, you know what I mean, and look at the quarterback and shit like that. You know, yeah, exactly. So that's why his number was so high before. So Dallas, man, you know, I think they'll still be fine. I don't think they're going to – I did pick them, and I just want to see how they're going to go into the later months of the season.
Me too.
That's all I want to see with them. Like, I'm not really jumping – because somebody's going to come out and punch them in their mouth real soon. It ain't going to be the Cardinals, but somebody's going to punch them in their mouth, and they're going to come back to earth. Just like any team. No team is going undefeated no more. So we're going to see how this thing ends. But I do feel bad for the young brother, man. And it ain't like it used to be an ACL. Usually it'll be like 2 years to come back from.
Yeah.
You know, so he definitely could, you know, probably be running, maybe possibly, hopefully, in the early spring or late spring, early summer, get running again and moving around. So. But what's the best for the young brother?
Yeah, indeed. Wish the best for the young brother. And I don't think it wasn't 11. Now, if 11 would have went down, that defense is a whole different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whole different monster, and that's something different. But he is a very, very important part of that back half of that defense, and they got some hell of a lot of good wide receivers in the NFC East as well. So they're going to feel that effect. To what level, we shall see, man. But let's talk about, we got Friday's games coming up, man. Division's looking pretty solid right now. Giants lost a tough one to San Francisco. You look at the score, it wouldn't really tell you the whole story of what happened throughout the game.
Word.
Let's talk about Frisco real quick, man, because obviously they're favored to be one of the Super Bowl picks in the NFC, one of the Super Bowl favorites in the whole league. Mm-hmm. Did they prove that to you on national TV yesterday?
No. I mean, they took care of business. At the end of the day, it's about winning. Right? But I don't think it matters now as it does later in the year as far as how your team looks winning, honestly. I think later on in the season, it's like, all right, like, damn, like, it's chinks in the armor. Now it's very, very, very early. You said the Giants was like 8-0 last year. They still made the playoffs, but their record wasn't like, you know, had a crazy record. Right. So you never know, you know, then injuries and things like that. So I think they're going to go as far as the quarterback really takes them. And if they can survive the war of attrition, they don't lose McCaffrey, they don't start losing players on defense, I think that they, you know, definitely be, you know, one of the teams that's going to be there at the end, especially because they're going to keep stacking wins. And they're going to have a great record, you know, out throughout the year. So I think they'll definitely be there at the end. So I'm not concerned not really about how they look right now until later on.
Well, let me ask you this. Because if they had that quarterback that's in right now, and I think his record is 7-0 as a pro at this point, as the last pick of the draft a couple years back, if they had him last year, would they have beaten y'all? And is he the quarterback to take them to that next level?
Hell no, they wouldn't have beat us. We were still beating them in that game. It probably would have been a little, you know, the outcome. I think it would have still beat them. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, sometimes it just seems like even for them this year, like I think when the ball it popped up in the air, they got it. And how the Giants didn't get that ball.
Right.
Certain things just happen, like trickles down, and it just things. We didn't win a Super Bowl, but things happen. Like he goes out, the kid's hurt, the game was over in the first quarter. Like when you start seeing little shit like that happen, like you're supposed to lose and you win, and it keeps building. It's like it's the perfect storm now that you're supposed to be there, but. Nah, they wasn't to beat us, and I don't know. I'm still not sold on Brock Purdy. I gotta be honest. I'm still not sold on him. When we shall see, because other teams are it's gonna be a couple sleeper teams, in each division, and the teams that might be struggling now are going to get better. Whether it be like whoever's struggling right now, but on the AFC, Cincinnati. They're struggling. They're probably going to get better. Certain teams are going to just keep getting better and better. And at the end of the day, talent is going to reign out. But they should definitely be there with all the people they got on that defense and all those weapons that they got on that offense. You gotta be there. You better be there because in 2 more years, that shit gonna be looking totally different.
Yep.
Totally
different.
Afford
everybody, and people gonna be retiring, and a lot of movement going on over there. Not the youngest of teams, but I think that Brock Purdy, still has a lot to prove. Let me put it that way. When you look at the system that he's around, when you look at the players that's in place, everything is fine and dandy. It's going to easily take you, I think, to a 14-3 type record, right? But when shit start breaking down in the playoffs and the pressure's on, and God forbid a Debo go out, or God forbid a Kittle goes out, or God forbid McCaffrey has to go out for a quarter or two, or everybody's not hitting and the team across from you is just smacking you in the face and giving it to you, and the ball's in your court, and it's up to you to lead your team down the field, and you alone. Does he have the nuts to do it? He hasn't proven that yet. And we got to see.
Right. And they got Ayuk. Ain't Ayuk hurt? Brandon Ayuk.
Is he? Because he went off last week.
Yeah, I think. I thought he was hurt. But anyway, it's still early. But
stacked.
Yeah, they could be beat.
Yeah,
they definitely. And we showed you that last year. The quarterback went out, so it's kind of salty, for them or whatever. But they could be beat. And they put another quarterback in. We took him out too. So, hey,
I think that's going to be the fun part of this year in general. You can't. Right. I mean, as of week 2, we still got. I think we got to go at least 10 weeks to really kind of brush through the shit to see what we got for real going on. But it doesn't look like a year where we're going to have definitive, like, these two teams are on a collision course at the bowl. It's a lot of parity going on in the league right now, and it should be fun to see what teams kind of come out of the dust, solidify themselves as playoff contenders, and what happens in the playoffs it should be a fun ass
and
year.
they doing the rankings early. Like they always done it early.
Yeah,
it's like it's mad early.
You can't pay attention to that.
Yeah, it's early. Some teams it might be 2-0, 3-0, and be 3-4.
Yep.
You never know. Like I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like give it some time. Let's see what happens. And like you said, like around week 10, 11, I think you said, okay, these are the cream of the crop right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
we don't know who that is yet, but it should be fun.